guys! Today I'm gonna show you how to make this adorable little bunny. I'm gonna do a yellow one today. So you're gonna need yellow or whatever color you want to do in Parfait Chunky. This is what I'm using. You could use like Himalayan Dolphin or Hobby Bunny yarn. And you're gonna need a little bit of white for the tail. A 5mm crochet hook, a scissors, a sewing needle, and a stitch marker. I'm just going to be using this here. It's a bobby pin, and you're going to need 12mm safety eyes and a nose. You can just do embroidered nose if you'd like. I have these here little pink ones I want to use up. So that's what I'm going to be using. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to make 2 ears. We are going to do a slip stitch here, and then we are going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to single crochet. So you're going to skip the very first. See how you have one there? You're going to skip that one. Put 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's get that one. The last one's a little bit tricky there. And then you are going to cut the yarn, giving yourself a nice tail. You don't need it terrible long, but you need a nice size tail because you're going to be knotting it on the inside of the head. Then you're just going to pull it through the stitch and tighten it off. I need to make 2 of those. So I'm going to make the second one here. So they're very quick. You're just going to slip stitch like that. Chain 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you're going to skip that stitch. I like pulling it tight so that it don't show, but you do not have to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to cut the yarn. And just pull that through there right like that. And pull it tight. There you go. Now you have your 2 ears. I'm going to make 2 ears. We are going to do a slip stitch here, and then we are going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to single crochet. So you're going to skip the very first. See how you have one there? You're going to skip that one. Put 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's get that one. The last one's a little bit tricky there. And then you are going to cut the yarn, giving yourself a nice tail. You don't need it terrible long, but you need a nice size tail because you're going to be knotting it on the inside of the head. Then you're just going to pull it through the stitch and tighten it off. And you make 2 of those. So I'm going to make the second one here. So they're very quick. You're just going to slip stitch like that. Chain 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you're going to skip that stitch. I like pulling it tight so that it don't show, but you do not have to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to cut the yarn. And just pull that through there right like that and pull it tight. There you go, and I have your 2 ears. We're gonna do 6 single crochets into a magic ring. So to make the magic ring, you're going to take your yarn, loop it over your fingers, stick your hook under there, pull up a loop, and then you're gonna do 1 slip stitch. Now that does not count as a single crochet. It's just to hold the yarn in place. Now we're going to do 6 single crochets into a magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you're gonna want to crochet very loosely so that you can easily pull this shut up. There we go. Wants to pull a little bit hard here. Oh dear. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to, I usually count back my 6 stitches. So 2, 4, 6 to make sure I'm in the right one here. And we are going to do 6 single crochet increases. So 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So I put my 2 in the very first one. I'm going to grab my stitch marker and stick it in there in the very first stitch. So 2 in the first one. So I'm just going to continue to put 2 in each stitch the whole way around. Alright, I'm back at the end. I now have 12 stitches. In this next row, we're going to do, in the very first one, we're going to do 1. So it's going to be 1 single crochet, 1 increase. So we're going to put 2 in this stitch. One, 2. So you're just going to do that the whole way around. You're going to do 1 in this stitch, 2 in the next. And you're going to continue that the whole way around. Okay, I'm back in the end. You're going to end off with 2 stitches in the very last one. And you should now have 18 the whole way around. Now, this next row, I'm going to do 2 single crochets, so 1, and then we're going to do 2, and then we're going to do an increase. So 2 stitches, and then increase. 1, 2, increase. So just continue to do that the rest of the way around, and I will meet you back here at the end. Okay, so I'm back at the end here. So for the next 2 rounds, you're just going to do 1 single crochet the whole way around. You should have 24. So you're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch the whole way around for the next 2 rounds. Okay, so I'm back at the end of the last 2 rounds, which were rounds 6 and 7. If it looks a little peaked, that's okay. The stuffing's going to take care of that when we stuff it. So we are now going to do 2 single crochets and then an invisible decrease. So one, 2, and the invisible decrease, you're going to take the front loops only. Do 1, you're going to hook over that loop and hook over this one, grab your yarn and pull through both, and then just single crochet. It looks a lot like you can't see it, it's completely invisible almost, and it uses a little bit less yarn than the other way. So we're just going to do that the whole way around. 2 single crochets, 1 invisible decrease. Okay, I'm back at the end. From the next round, we're going to do 1 single crochet, invisible decrease. So 1, an invisible decrease. Okay, so I'm back at the end of the round here. You should have 12 single crochets the whole way around. So now we are going to do an increase round. So 1 single crochet and then an increase. For the next one, we're going to do bobble stitches. We're going to do 4 single crochets, 1, 2, put the stitch marker back in here. 3, 4. Now for a bobble stitch, you're going to loop over twice. You'll go into this next stitch, pull through 2, and 2 more. Now you're going to do that again. Sorry about the knot. Alright, so now you have 3 here. So you can see the 3 different stitches. You do one more time. You have 4, and you have 5 loops on your hook. You grab your yarn and pull through all 5. Now make sure you pull this back so that you for sure have that next stitch. And you really want to make sure this one's a little bit tighter so that the bobble stitch, you don't have too many, like, it's not too loose and that's a hole right there. Now we're going to do 4 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do the same thing again. So loop over twice, pull through 2, and 2 more. You have 5 on your hook. You're going to pull through all 5. And then single crochet in the last 8. 3, 4, so now that I'm back at the end, we should still have 18 single crochets. So for the next 2 rounds, we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each loop around, and you should have 18 still at the end. So the next 2 rounds, just 1 single crochet. So now that we're at the end of round 11, we are just going to go ahead and leave a little bit of a loop there. And we are going to stick our eyes and ears on, and the nose. So we're going to kind of line it up here. Run about round, see how you go, find the middle here. Go 1, 2, 3, whoa, here. Dropping my eyes. So 2, 4, about between round 4 and 5, about 2, 4 stitches apart there. Now I just kind of stick them in, and then you're going to line them up and see if they're right. Get the nose and stick it about 1 row down between 5 and 6. That looks right. You're going to go ahead and stick your backs on. If not, adjust it a little bit more here just to make sure that it's right, that they're even. If you need to fold it in half, sometimes to make sure it's in the middle. I think it looks about right. So we're going to go ahead and stick our backs on. And the nose, make sure the nose is turned right. And stick the back on. Arms are a little bit hard to stick on. There we go. Now make sure the nose is even. Now we're going to take our ears that we made earlier, and I'm going to we're going to tie them on about. So we're going to go row 1 here, between row 1 and 2. And we take our first ear. Now you don't want to cut these strings in. You're going to take these, pull them through. So you're going to go about that row 1 there for the first one. Then we're going to go back here and second stitch on row 2. And pull it through. Now we're going to put the other one on, because I just like to make sure that they're even. Stick your needle up in there. So you get about straight across. Take your second ear. Pull that string through. Now you're just going to check that they look even. They do not look even, so I'm going to pull this one back out and readjust it. I'm going to go back in that hole because I think that was right. I shouldn't have pulled that one out. And we're going to go in this here hole. I think that will look about right. Now this one also has got to come front. It's gone way too back, too far. Just gonna play around with them, adjust them a little bit, make sure they're on right. I'm gonna flip this halfway inside out, and got a couple strings hanging off in there. Do you want to find the ear ones? This is one. And you're going to want to knot this. I like knotting it good and proper. Pull it nice and tight. Now if you pull it too tight, it's going to pop the string. You don't want to do that. So just pull it till it feels right, or like pull the ear. Now I'm going to knot it like 4 times just to make sure it stays in there. And also do the other one here. It's fine easy. Knot this as well. Tight. That one, 3, and 4. There we go. Turn our ear out right upside out. A little bit of tug, make sure they're on there properly. And we are ready to continue. Stick all the strings back in there. Alright. So for the next round here, we are going to do another round of bubble stitches. So take that one out, take your stitch marker out. We're going to do 4 single crochets. Get rid of the hair here. Don't know why there's hair on my table. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now sometimes, depends how you do it, your bobble stitches are not going to line up. So you just want to make sure that where your bobble stitch is going, it's going to line up. I think it's going to. So now we're going to loop over twice. Pull through 2. Pull through 2. Twice. Pull through 2. Now we're going to do that 4 times. You want to have 5 loops on your hook. Now grab a loop, pull it through all 5, and do another single crochet. Now we're going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to place another, I think it needs to go right there. You just want to make sure that they line up. What am I doing here? I'm going to loop over twice. Okay, pull through all 5. Now, I'm going to do 1 single crochet in the next here, and then you want to fold it here. Just make sure they look even, so you don't want them looking uneven. Now we're going to do 2, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we are going to do a bobble stitch in white. So you're going to want to stick your thing back through those 2 loops, pull that one back out, and you're going to take your white yarn and pull it through there. Now we're going to do a bobble stitch, and we're going to do it a little bigger than we did the legs. So you're going to loop over twice, go in this stitch, through 2, and then through 2, and we're going to do this 6 times instead of 5. So 2, 3, 4. Now we did 4 for each of the other legs. We did it 4 times. Oh, sorry, not 5. Now this time we're going to want to do it till we have 6 loops on the hook. So that would be 5 times. Now in there, one more time. This yarn is a little bit knotted. And you want to make sure you have 6 on the hook. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do I have 7? Okay, we're going to take that one back out. Oh, I didn't pull through it properly. Here we go. Now we have 2, 4, 6 on the hook. And now you do not want to pull through with this. You're going to drop your white yarn, pick up your yellow, pull through like that. And then you are going to make sure you pull this back so that you for sure get that next stitch. And single crochet again. There you go. There you have your tail. So, I'm going to cut the white yarn here, and a little bit of tail. For this next round, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then a decrease. So, 1, and an invisible decrease. I'll make sure that bobble stitch gets in the way a little bit. Alright, I'm going to continue that for the rest of the round. Alright, so now that we are at the end of that row, you should have 12 single crochets left. We are going to go ahead and stuff this. So you're going to take a little bit of stuffing. Let's get rid of the needle here. Just stuff that in there. Make sure you get it in there. Make sure it's even, that nothing looks funky, because depends, say you put more stuffing on this side and less on this side will look lumpy and bigger. So you want to get that stuffing all even in there. Just go around and squash it a little bit, make sure all the stuffing's even. And then we're going to do the last round. So this round is also a decrease round. We are going to do decreases the whole way around. So 6 decreases. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you're going to take your stitch marker out and you are going to do a slip stitch. Pull that one and stitch into there. And you're going to cut your yarn, leaving a nice piece to sew with. You're going to sew this up. And you're going to grab your yarn, pull slip stitch there, and pull tight. Now you're going to add a little bit more stuffing if need be. Stick a little bit more in here, just so that it's nice and full. You don't want it too hard, but not too soft either. So I'm just going to add a little bit more stuffing here, just till you think it's right. About right there. We're going to take our, maybe a little bit more. Let's add a little bit more here. There we go. Now we're going to take our needle, go to the fuzzies, and we're going to go in just the top loop of each stitch. See how there's 2 loops here? You just want to go through that top one, or the front one. See, just like that. You're going to do that the whole way around. Make sure you're just getting the front loop and not the back loop. And you'll pull that tight. And then I like going, and you stick it up in there. I think it makes it a little bit flatter. And just sew it back down through. Just want to make sure that hole's sewed shut properly. And I'm going to cut the yarn. And there you go. Let's pick all these little feathers off. There you have it, your cute little bunny.